a girl. The night the stars fell, Alara found the dragon. She had wandered farther into the Silverwood forest than any human dared to go, her lantern flickering like a trembling heartbeat. Her tears had dried on her cheeks, leaving soft salt lines after another argument at home. Another night she felt unseen, unheard. But that night, fate had written a different chapter for her. A low rumble trembled the earth. Trees bent like humble servants. The air shimmered with warmth. And then she saw him. A dragon, vast, obsidian-scaled, glowing like midnight fire. His name was Kalan, though she didn't know it yet. His golden eyes were not fierce, but tired, lonely, and curious. When he looked at Alara, he didn't see a frightened human. He saw a girl whose heart was hurting, just like his. And she, instead of running, whispered the softest word. "Hello." From that moment on, the world shifted. Crescent Moon A Bond, born in quiet places, Kalan had lived centuries bound. By an ancient curse, one that kept him from approaching human villages. They feared dragons. They hunted them. He knew loneliness better than he knew flight. But Alara, she was different. She visited him night after night. She brought him stories she copied into her little leather notebook. Stories she loved, stories she wrote. She told him truths she never told another soul. He listened. Dragons do not cry, but Kalan felt his heart soften each time she sat curled against his warm side, reading by the glow of his scales. Sometimes she cried. Sometimes she laughed. Sometimes she simply sat in silence, letting his presence heal the ache inside her. No one had ever cared for him. No one had ever cared for her, so they cared for each other. Fire when caring becomes love. Kalan tried to hide the way his fire pulsed when Alara touched him. He tried to hide the way he wrapped his tail subtly around her to keep her safe, even from the cold wind. He tried to hide how he watched her leave every dawn with a longing so deep it hurt his ancient bones. Alara wasn't blind. She saw the way he lowered his head when she arrived, as if bowing only to her. She felt the warmth in his voice when he rumbled her name. She noticed the way he shifted to shield her from storm rains. One night, she touched his snout softly. "Kalan, you care too much." His eyes glowed like twin suns. "I would burn the world before letting it harm you." She froze at his confession. Her breath trembled. Her heartbeat shook her whole body. "Why?" she whispered. Kalan leaned closer until she could see her reflection in his molten eyes. "Because loving you is the only thing that ever felt right." Her tears fell, not from fear, from the kind of warmth she had never known. "Tornado, the world interferes," words spread through the village, Alara disappearing every night, the forest filled with strange lights, rumbling sounds, scorched earth. People assumed the worst. A hunter group was formed. They marched with spears, torches, blades soaked in dragon poison. Alara found out too late. She ran through the forest, heart panicking, air burning her lungs. "Kalan." Kaelan? He appeared from the shadows instantly, sensing her fear through the bond he never dared to name out loud. But then the torches appeared behind her. Men shouting, arrows flying, poison tips gleaming under moonlight. Kalan roared, a roar that split mountains. He shielded Alara with his massive wings as arrows rained down. Each arrow that struck him echoed like thunder inside her chest. Blood, black and shining, spilled onto the forest floor. "Stop," Alara screamed. "He's not hurting anyone, he saved me." But humans rarely listen when fear controls them. Kalan felt his strength fade. Poison spread through his veins, his vision blurred. Still, he kept his wings around her. He would rather die than let the world touch a single hair on her head. "Alara," he whispered weakly. "Run," she cupped his bleeding face with both hands. "No, I'm not leaving you. I won't lose you, not you." And in that moment, something inside her broke open like dawn. She placed her forehead against his. "I love you, Kalan. Stay with me. Please." The dragon's heart blazed like a rising sun. And then everything changed. Glowing star, the miracle of love, ancient magic stirred. His scales shimmered. His wounds closed. The poison burned out like dust in sunlight. Alara stepped back in awe as Kalan's enormous form glowed. Bones shifting, wings folding, fire swirling around him like a living storm. When the light faded, a man stood before her. Tall, golden-eyed, strong but fragile in the way someone new to humanity would be. Still Kalan, always Kalan. "Alara," he whispered, voice human now, trembling with emotion. "Your love broke the curse." She touched his face, breath shallow. "You're," she swallowed, "beautiful." He smiled softly. "And you are everything." Sunrise over mountains, a new dawn, the hunters fled the forest, terrified. Of the magic they had witnessed, none returned. Alara and Kaelin walked out of the Silverwood together, her hand in his heart beating with a warmth that could melt mountains. He lived among humans now, quietly, gently. He helped the village rebuild. He healed their wounded, protected their children, and watched over the night sky with the same devotion he'd once shown only to Alara. And every evening, when the stars rose, he sat beside her on the hillside. "Do you ever miss your wings?" she teased once. Kaelin looked at her with so much love it made the wind still. "My heart has found its home. I no longer need to fly." Alara leaned her head against his shoulder. The sky glowed. The earth breathed. Love, once impossible, had become the most beautiful truth. And the dragon who once burned alone in the dark found peace in the arms of the girl who saw him. Sparkle's beautiful ending line: "Some love stories aren't written in fairy tales. Some are carved in flame and healed by a human heart."